Good morning, everyone. My name is Wes Tillman. My mother, Cookie Tillman, is also the co-host of our meeting this morning. And you have joined us this morning because you're ready to learn more about the science behind CBD. And we're fired up and excited to share with you a lot of great information. As a matter of fact, this information is going to be scientific in some ways. That's why the word science behind CBD oil is important, because there are different qualities of product on the market today, and we're going to show you and introduce to you a company that we've been associated with for 30 plus years now, and they have gained our trust through their innovation and research and their Hughes Research Center in developing products that are some of the highest quality products on the market. And that's what's so important today. So we're going to share with you not only the science behind CBD, and you're going to learn a lot about your own bodies in the endocannabinoid system, but you're also going to learn about some proprietary products. And I wanted to start by saying, while we're going to share some products with you, this presentation today is not about hype, and it's not about being too salesy. We're really trying to share information with you that we really believe that will help you live a better life. And you're likely going to learn some information today that is going to help you make some great decisions. So with that, let's get started. Mom, I'd like to give you an opportunity just to introduce yourself real quick.
Well, thank you. Well, like Wes said, I'm his mom. I've been a natural health practitioner for almost 30 years. I love teaching. I love empowering people to make better choices so that they get better results in their health. And that's what our goal is today.
So you're going to see me making a couple of different changes in video spotlights between her and I as we're talking today, but let's get right into this presentation. We're going to spend about an hour with you. This likely can be one of the most important hours of your life, because we're going to share some scientific, real information that's going to give you really some help to make some great decisions. So I should have parked the slide up when we introduced ourselves, but again, we've been associated with Nature Sunshine Products, a company based in Utah. They were the very first company in 1972 to begin encapsulating herbs. What makes them special and one of the best quality products on the market is they do their own scientific research in-house, and they have a Hughes Research and Innovation Center that backs up all their quality products with scientific proof and potency. So Mom's been associated with this. She's a certified naturopath. She's also a member of the Certified Naturopath Health Professionals Institute. She's an herbal specialist and the area manager and director with Nature Sunshine Products. I myself has been associated with the company for just about as long, but have been taking products and learning more about wellness and business coaching for about 12 years now. And I really enjoy teaching about the habit of health and essential daily nutrition. There's some other experts you're going to hear from today. You'll be hearing from Dr. Wall, who will tell us a little bit about CBD and give you a great introduction. You also hear from Stephen Horn today, who is a master herbalist and someone that has been very involved with Nature Sunshine over the years. He has helped develop a lot of combinations and products, and he is an absolute great teacher. The last person you're going to hear from today is one of the scientists, Noah Jenkins from the Hughes Center of Research. And he's going to show you why the products that we're going to share with you today are simply the best products on the market. And they do that and they prove that through scientific innovation. And he'll show you how that happens here in just a moment. Mom, would you like to take this on?
Sure. So what are we going to learn today? What are the naturally occurring endocannabinoids and our endocannabinoid system? You're going to hear us talk about the ECS, what they are, what are terpenes, and why are they important? And what are more benefits of CBD than maybe you already know? What's the correct dose? So many people ask that. Hemp is the CBD you've been waiting for and searching for. And like Wes says, it's powered by 50 years of herbal experience with Nature Sunshine.
Yeah, I'd like to ask everyone, if you know how to chat in Zoom, if you would just maybe give us a quick idea of why you're here today and what you want to learn, or maybe something that you're trying to overcome with your health. I know that going into this presentation, it was important for me to share just a quick story. There are a few on this slide today. Madison Glancy's one that introduced me to CBD oils about 1.5 years ago. But when she introduced me, I really didn't actually take up the full opportunity then to buy. And it was precisely because I didn't have any idea where I might find the best quality. I didn't know enough about CBD oils and how it actually interacts with our natural endocannabinoid system. I just had a lot of questions. So if you know that you have questions and you don't have answers, that sometimes will stop you from making a decision or a purchase to help yourself. So it wasn't until this past July that I actually had a little health concern of my own. And I want to be just open and transparent to say that, I know this pandemic has been affecting all of us. It's likely created some anxiety and some worry.
I don't have a picture, that's why. Okay. Yeah, but how do we get voice?
For just a minute and mute a few folks. Hang on one second, guys. But going back to July, my doctor, of all people, actually suggested that I might look into CBD oil. And I took her advice. And I have to tell you that I didn't buy Kemp right away. I did buy another high quality product. But I can tell you this, once I did try the CBD oil and learn about dosing and learn a lot of the things that I'm sharing with you today, I made a lot of great improvements in my anxiety level and really saw some very nice results. So it's important that I share that with you, only to say that you likely have some of the same questions that I had going in. And these questions, I hope, will give you a sense of confidence, and it'll give you a sense of knowledge, and know that how you can use this type of product to help you and everyone in your health. So thank you, Madison, for introducing me to CBD, and thank you, Mom, for helping me understand Kemp and what it does for us and how much better this is called the next level product. And let's jump right in and listen to Dr. Wall here. Well, before we do, let's talk about just approach that we have to natural health so that everyone will be on the same page with us here. It's really quite simple. There are 4 pillars you see here in this Parthenon, and you also see a collection of body systems. And this is how we approach our effort to live a preventive lifestyle. This is how we approach our daily regimen and making sure that we live a balanced life. And so just real quick, I'll point out at the bottom of this Parthenon is the foundation of daily health. It's daily essentials. There are 7 of those there. I will not go through each one of those right now. In addition to daily essentials, it's important that you cleanse and detox. We all have toxins that are in our environment, whether it be in the air that we breathe or the food that we eat or the things that we drink. Even some thoughts and emotions can be toxic, but it's important that you cleanse and detox on a regular basis. Maybe 2 or 3 times a year would be a great idea. Body composition is more about your microbiome and your gut and your weight management. And so if you don't know about microbiome, we'd love to answer more questions about that if you have some. And also targeted care. And targeted care comes from the approach that we have multiple body systems working synergistically in homeostasis to make sure that we stay balanced. And that's the key behind today's presentation that you'll learn. Let's listen to Dr. Wall here.
Hello, Dr. Rawls here, talking about health benefits of CBD. And here we're not talking about purified CBD, we're talking about CBD from hemp a form of cannabis. And we're talking about the whole hemp extract that is standardized to CBD. The two are a little bit different. You get a much better effect or a broader effect when you use the whole hemp extract. So what this is doing is you've got a whole spectrum of chemicals, including CBD, terpenoids, other what we call cannabinoids, and they're affecting systems in your body. They're balancing neurotransmitters, they're balancing hormones, so that you really have a nice effect of balancing everything in the body. The end result is it makes you more stress resistant. It affects endorphins, which help with pain. It can make you calmer. It, when you use it during the day, you get better sleep at night. So overall, it has these health promoting effects that make you feel more normal, even when you're stressed, even when you are struggling with some kind of illness. It helps bring you back to a normal state of being. And that's a real advantage of something, of an herb like hemp with CBD. So it's not a drug-like effect as much as it is a normalizing effect. And that's really an interesting aspect of this that can help promote wellness. But it is doing more than that. It's also balancing your immune system. So it's affecting the chemicals that CBD and all of the chemicals inside hemp affect, is they balance a whole range of hormones in your body, almost like a buffering effect or this normalizing effect extends to everything in your body. It helps balance adrenal functions. It can help with balance your thyroid hormones, but especially balancing the immune system and helping the immune system work better. So when you use it, even though you may be using it to get for a particular purpose, like reducing pain, like controlling anxiety, you'll find that the way it does that is an overriding effect that helps everything in your body. It makes it a really nice herb. It's important to note that it is an herb. There are a lot of other herbs that do similar things. It's not the only herb out there, but it is a nice herb to know about.
So Dr. Rawls really kind of pointed out that there are many benefits that you might be able to receive from using CBD. And the important thing to know that he mentioned was that it's an overall effect. This is not intended to be a drug or pharmaceutical that's treating symptoms. It is really a way to enhance the endocannabinoid system that's naturally occurring in your own bodies. And this is really, it boils down to what you're about to learn, is it's going to help you see how CBDs and cannabinoids work synergistically to help our cells communicate with each other, and in that you bring a sense of balance. So Mom, why don't you take this slide, and I know you want to talk to us a little bit about adaptogenics.
Absolutely. Well, what is an adaptogen? An adaptogen is a product, an herb, that does just that. It helps the body adapt and to maintain normal function from stress. And it supports the adrenal glands, because those are known as the stress glands. And when it's supporting the adrenal glands, that reduces the output of stress hormones, which therefore help support our immune system, because stress reduces our immune function.
So talk about some of these benefits. You see decreased pain, enhanced sense of well-being, increased calm, improved sleep, and help you reduce stress, which is really kind of where I got the most results from this. But that's a broad range of solutions there, and it's because CBD works in the endocannabinoid system, which is a whole body system that's working throughout most if not all of your systems to help your body optimize its balance and homeostasis. All right, so let's get right down to the nitty-gritty here and get this out of the way right up front, okay? Because this is the question that many people have when they think about using CBD oils. So what's the difference between marijuana and hemp? So you may be aware that marijuana's close cousin, hemp, it is a hot topic. That's why we're all here today. And both plants look very similar, and their chemical composition is quite different. Both marijuana and hemp contain a chemical substance called cannabigerol, or CBGA. So here's the difference here. Marijuana contains an enzyme that converts CBGA into THC, which gives you the euphoric high. Hemp, however, contains a very different enzyme that converts CBGA into CBD, or cannabidiol. Compared to THC, CBD has very different properties. So instead of the euphoric response of THC, CBD gently stimulates the body's reception, gently stimulates and blocks receptors in the brain and body at the same time. And this results in increased levels of anandamide, a naturally occurring endocannabinoid in your bodies. CBD works by mimicking anandamide and increasing this mood-altering substance associated with having a rosy disposition. You'll learn more as we go forward about anandamide, but remember that term. In our bodies, naturally occurring endocannabinoids regulate the function of multiple organs and tissues. So endocannabinoids are defined as indigenous ligens, or endogenous, I should say, ligens. And these are signaling molecules, and they're made of cannabinoid receptors that you are innately created with, CB1 receptors and CB2 receptors in your cells. It's very important to know about that. You're going to learn more about that in just a moment. So the endocannabinoid system, what makes this information, what makes this product on the cutting line, is this system was just discovered in the last century, with much of the research being made in the last 50 years. Our endocannabinoid system is a complex messaging system in the body focused solely on maintaining balance in the body, a state known as homeostasis. Now, how many of you have maybe said the term, I wish I had more balance or more harmony in my life. I wish I could keep it all together. I wish I had the opportunity to not have quite as much on my plate. Well, the endocannabinoid system works consistently all day and all night to help you maintain balance. And you can get your balance out of sorts, if you will. And this product is going to be a very supportive product in helping your body adapt. What Mom mentioned, the adaptogenic properties of this product help your body overcome these imbalances. So look at this. The system oversees or regulates parts of the nervous system. The immune system functions. Who wouldn't want a stronger immune system now with this virus hanging around? Mood and emotions helps you be calm, helps you maintain that sense of confidence. It also has messengers in many other parts of the body. So we're going to take about 6 minutes here and listen to Stephen Horn, a master herbalist. He's an author and teacher, and he is a natural leader with Nature Sunshine products. But he's going to give you a great overview of this endocannabinoid system and the purpose behind it all. So let's listen in together.
In health, balance is the real key to health. I mean, this is something that all traditional systems of medicine understood, you know, whether it's Western herbalism, Ayurvedic herbalism, or Chinese herbalism, or so forth. The key to maintaining health is to keep everything in a state of balance. Next slide. So this state of balance for health is called homeostasis, and it is it is what keeps cells healthy. See, a cell is dependent on the health of the environment that it's found in. And that environment for cells in our body is called the biological terrain. Next slide. The way cells adjust their behavior in order to help contribute to homeostasis is by communicating with each other. Just like we communicate with each other to talk about things we need and try to negotiate, the trade to get what we want, cells talk to each other. And this is a depiction of a cell membrane. And the way cells talk to each other is by sending chemical messages. So different cells secrete substances into the biological terrain. And then there are receptor sites on the cell membrane that you picked here that pick up these chemicals, and it makes adjustments to make the changes the cells need to in order to be able to adapt to the environment. Next slide. You have, when you're riding a bicycle, you're constantly making these little teeny adjustments to keep the bicycle upright, which is exactly like what the body is doing with homeostasis. It's constantly adjusting to whatever's going on around you, the changes in temperature, the changes in your stress level, the food you're getting, the food you're not getting, whatever. It's constantly adjusting everything to maintain this teeter-totter of balance or homeostasis. So if the body goes too far out of balance in one direction or another, then things start to become disturbed and you start to not feel good. And so the key to health is to be able to right that and bring it back to balance. Okay, next slide. So when we're talking about natural therapy, what we're always trying to do in natural therapy is nudge the body back to homeostasis. In other words, try to get the body back into balance. And so we basically do that by supplying things that the body needs to function properly, nutrients and other phytochemicals. Because we commonly think of nutrients as vitamins and minerals and so forth, but my belief is that God made the whole food, and all foods contain phytochemicals. And these phytochemicals basically interact with our body's chemical messaging systems to help us feel good and so forth. So when we're eating our fruits and vegetables, we're getting antioxidants and a lot of other phytochemicals that actually help keep our body in balance. So the endocannabinoid system is interesting because it basically is found pretty much throughout the body in every other system. And so in other words, it is a master regulatory system for the entire body and for all of the body systems. So you have endocannabinoid receptors throughout the entire body. And you have the CB1 receptors and the CB2 receptors. And the CB1 receptors are primarily found in the brain and the central nervous system tissue, but they're also found in various glands in the liver. The CB2, which is found in the skin, lymphatics, and the immune system, tends to modulate your immune reactions. This is a little graphic that I found very helpful in understanding how this works. So here you have one nerve cell, one neuron, that's talking to the next nerve cell, the next neuron. And the way it does that, as I've already indicated, is when the signal comes down the first neuron, it releases neurotransmitters into the gap between the two cells called a synapse. And the receiving nerve cell, the postsynaptic neuron, the one that's receiving the signal, it attaches to receptor sites on the surface of that neuron and stimulates that neuron, and basically will cause the neuron to fire or inhibit it from firing. It's a feedback system. It is the postsynaptic neuron, the receiving neuron, that releases endocannabinoids back into the synapse that basically attach to the receptors on the neuron that's sending the signal. That kind of gives you an idea of what this system is doing. It's kind of like the feedback loop saying, all right, message received. So the bottom line here is that we have a new opportunity to help people get more quickly back into a state of balance or homeostasis. Particularly, I would say that some of the systems that have the potential to have the most benefit from this include the nervous system, the immune system, to some degree the digestive system, the glandular system, but almost every body system has some interaction with the endocannabinoid system.
Wow. I love Stephen Horn because he's got a great way of making it sound very simple and easy. Mom, would you like to add anything to what he just talked about?
I agree with you. He was an awesome teacher. And the more that we learn about balance and homeostasis and how that happens, the better we will enjoy optimal health.
Right. That's great, Mom. You know, we're going to talk about balance and homeostasis throughout the rest of this program, but this is not the only way to achieve it. This is one of the great new products on the market today that helps you achieve it in really very specific and different ways. But that Parthenon that we showed you for optimal health, balance starts with daily nutrition, cleansing and detoxing, managing your microbiome and your healthy bacteria, and then looking last to targeted care. So remember, that's the key to that balance and homeostasis that we're referring to today. So guys, check this out. CBD oil and our endocannabinoid system. There's several medical uses for this, but CBD is naturally occurring. It activates your endocannabinoid system to be more efficient and effective in resulting peak performance. The chemical component of CBD has been linked with reduction of pain and anxiety, improved mood and sleep, protection of the nervous system, and a range of other health benefits. Now listen, as we're going along today, feel free to post in that chat about questions or thoughts you're having as you're seeing this information. We'd love to be able to respond and interact with you a little bit. So CBD primarily comes from plant-based compounds called cannabinoids. So CBD and hemp belongs to a class of plant-based compounds called cannabinoids. I just said that, didn't I? So natural cannabinoid CB1 and CB2 receptors are located throughout the body. We just heard Stephen Horn talk about this. As a reminder, CB1 receptors are found in high concentrations in the brain and the nervous system. CB2 receptors, by the way, are located throughout the body as well, but they're predominantly found within the lower body and the immune system cells. CBD also modulates other receptors in the body. So think about this. The 5-HT1A receptors involved with serotonin, which is a mood hormone, provides mood balancing properties. Did I say moon or mood? Provides mood balancing properties. The moon might help you there too. It's calming, but not highly sedating. So it's actually considered very neutral. So that's what Dr. Wall was talking about, when you're not going to notice pharmaceutical effects or immediate reaction or results, but you're going to notice this over time, and you're going to notice this if you're aware that you're feeling more whole, more of yourself. You're going to feel more calm. Specifically in my case, that's been a great help for me. It also has been known to improve sleep for many people. Now, actually, I was up a little late finishing this presentation last night, so I did a little dose of CBD before I went to sleep, and I can't tell you how well and rested I feel this morning. Another example of modulation is of the opioid receptors, which provides pain relief and tissue supporting properties. So I hope you're learning by now, CBD, a very naturally occurring compound found in the hemp plant, has all kinds of ways to synergistically work with your body's own natural endocannabinoid system. Here's another piece of the plant that is really important to know about, and this is really where Nature Sunshine and Kemp, they have taken a leap forward. In other words, they're actually the very next level, the highest quality product on the market, proven by science. And it's because their use of terpenes in other herbs and essential oils that they're able to infuse with their CBDs. And this is what makes it help your body activate even better. And so aside from these cannabinoids, one of the most prominent chemicals in the cannabis hemp plants is terpenes. It's organic and aromatic compounds found in herbs and essential oils. When a full spectrum CBD oil is made, it includes all the natural phytocompounds of the hemp plant. Phytonutrients, phytocompounds, that's what the basis of making sure that all the herbs that Nature's Sunshine uses is more potent and higher efficacy. So those phytocompounds are super, super important to know about. There's good evidence that terpenes has physiological effects on the body as well, providing a calming, mood elevating effect in addition to providing pain relief. So what's important to know is that terpenes has the ability to actually enhance the properties of CBDs. And if you look at that graphic there on the right, there's your first peek at how hemp is outperforming the competition in their whole spectrum power and development. So this phenomenon that's called the entourage effect is considered by many experts in the industry to be the essential for gaining the full benefit of this plant or CBD. It also points out the importance of using a whole spectrum CBD extract with a full range of chemical components, including terpenes, as opposed to other products on the market that are using purified CBD or the CBD isolate, which contains only CBD. Now, this is about a 6 or 7 minute video, and we're going to introduce to you Dr. Noah Jenkins, and he is one of many of the scientists that works in the Hughes Center for Research and Development. They are the foundation behind Nature's Sunshine's ability to claim what they claim about their products and their efficacy. And they're also a one-of-a-kind company that has this type of research in-house. And you may want to turn your speakers up just a bit. Noah's a little bit of a soft speaker, but let me tell you, he's going to give you the science behind why these products and how Nature's Sunshine and Kemp have joined with the research center to put out the next level product on the market. So let's listen to Dr. Noah Jenkins.
See here, this is a diagram I've shown a couple of times. This is a slightly simplified version of it, but this kind of represents the innovation of our Kemp products in general. Specifically, I'll speak about the levels of innovation that went into our daytime formula and how it also applies to these two new products that we have, our Relief Cream and our Kemp Zero product. So here you have a cell surface, as you can see, and you've got these receptors I drew as these little stalk and these U-shaped active sites at the top. So molecules can bind in that active site and cause signaling inside of the cell. So the endocannabinoid system is made up of a bunch of different types of receptors. You'll hear terms like CB1, CB2 a lot. So CB1 is where THC binds. CB2 is primarily what's affected by CBD. But what a lot of companies aren't focusing on, and what a lot of research is coming into play here, is that there's these other classes of receptors in this endocannabinoid system. There's these TRP receptors. There's many different receptors called GPCRs, or G protein coupled receptors. That means something binds to the top, it signals inside of the cell, a piece of the bottom part of that inside the cell breaks off and migrates to your DNA and causes your genes to be expressed differently, which can elicit many of these effects that I show here: an immune response, energy, sleep, mood, cognition, joint health. So getting into our levels of innovation here, I'm speaking about how there are a ton of these different receptors. And if people are just focusing on CBD, they're really missing the big picture of this. So we formulate by starting with the end in mind. Wes and I went out to a lot of these farms when we were looking for potential partners in this venture of making Kemp, who would supply the whole spectrum hemp extract. So whole spectrum, what we mean by that is we take samples from these people, we run them through our mass spectrometer. We're able to look for these various phytocannabinoids, not just CBD, but many of these minor phytocannabinoids, they're called, that bind to those other receptors and make that response to bring you back into total health a lot stronger. So we start with that whole spectrum hemp extract as the base of this to activate those receptors. And it's important here to realize that what CBD and most of these other phytocannabinoids are doing is they're not actually binding to the active site of the receptors. They're binding to the stalk, basically, this point outside of the active site. And when it binds to that, it actually changes the shape of the protein, the way the molecules are bound, and opens up that active site like a catcher's mitt getting ready to receive a baseball. So it opens that up, as well as it inhibits the breakdown of your body's own endocannabinoids. So that's something I want to touch on really quickly as a refresher. Is your body's endocannabinoid system includes a few parts. One is the receptors, which I've spoken about, this huge class of these molecules.
I want to pause right there. I'm hearing that we've got some background noise or someone's not able to hear. Are everyone able to hear? Can you just give me a heads up yes in the chat? All right, super. We're going to continue. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Lynn. Thanks, Carol.
Protein structures that are binding to things. One is your natural endocannabinoids. So doctors and scientists have found that the system does not only react to phytocannabinoids from the hemp plant, but also your body produces its own endocannabinoids, mainly 2-arachidonoglycerol, or 2-AG it's called, and anandamide. And these are keeping your body in balance by binding to those active sites. However, as we age over time with different events in life and the way that we're pulled left and right in our daily routine, we have problems with our own endocannabinoid system. We break down those endocannabinoids very quickly with our enzymes that kind of go out of control and break those down and oxidize them, make them less effective. We don't produce as many receptors, and this all leads to unbalanced health and problems as we age. So what the CBD is doing by opening up those receptors is preparing your body, poisoning those receptors to be activated by your own natural endocannabinoids. So level 2 of our innovation here was we wanted to find out something that could actually take advantage of these newly opened and poised endocannabinoid receptors. And these would be terpenes from whole herb essential oils. So people who are familiar with oils know that they smell. They've got characteristic strong smells, and these are from volatile molecules that are coming off of those essential oils. These are terpenes based on how their molecular structure is. And these terpenes, many of them have been found to bind to the active site of a lot of these different endocannabinoid receptors. So that's another way that we can personalize these products, activate the endocannabinoid system, and guide it down these individual paths to give you the results that you need. Different terpenes do different things. For example, the daytime formula is really high in beta-caryophyllene because it's an all-purpose general phytocannabinoid that has neurological support, immune support, energy production. Whereas at the nighttime, we focus more on whole herbs that contained myrcene and linalool. And those are the more calming and relaxing terpenes. So we're able to make different formulas and personalize this as our understanding of these terpenes increased. So level 3 here, we understood that one of the problems that we face as we age and as we go through stressors in life is that our body doesn't make as much endocannabinoids, doesn't make as many of these receptors anymore. And we found out that omega-3 fatty acids actually break down your body and produce the building blocks that form these receptors as well as the endocannabinoids. So it's very interesting. And then we find out that hemp seed oil is actually the second highest natural source of omega-3 fatty acids, right behind flaxseed oil. So the base that we use in the daytime, the nighttime formula is a hemp seed oil base. So we're providing the building blocks for your endocannabinoid system. So we'll get down to level 4 here. And the other problem, like I mentioned before, is that your enzymes go out of control. So you can, there's a fatty acid amide hydroxylase enzyme, which is responsible for a lot of the breakdown of your endocannabinoids. That's being inhibited by CBD, but there's another enzyme, COX-2, which is breaking down a lot of the remaining endocannabinoids. That's something a lot of people aren't focusing on in the industry. They figure CBD is doing its job, but you have this leftover component of this oxidating enzyme, COX-2, which is floating around. It's kind of your body's backup mechanism to make your ECS less efficient. So we've found out that turmeric oil is high in tumerones, and these are very potent inhibitors of COX-2. So we add turmeric oil in there to give you more support and to stop your body's backup mechanism it uses to break down endocannabinoids. So if you look at level 1 through 4 here, it's really nice. We start with opening up all the receptors, activating all these receptors in a very personalized, purposeful way that we can validate and test. We build up your receptors from the inside, and then we inhibit your body from breaking down your endocannabinoids. So it's really a comprehensive approach that we use because the understanding, the reading, the scientific experiments over and over again that we can do in the Hughes Center that allows us to reach this level of innovation. So what is the result of this innovation? Is we wanted to test this and look at biological activation of the endocannabinoid system. I've shown these graphs before where we did an assay in the Hughes Center, and we show that our daytime was formulated in a way that beats everybody else out there tested. We probably tested 50 to 70 competitors total. The number keeps going up. And this top CBD guy was really good. We had to actually go back to the drawing board 2 or 3 times to beat him, but we did. And we're very proud of that. And as you see, this can start cascading down where the average of the top 9 competitors comes to that bar right there, which is significantly below our daytime formula. But now this is what's interesting. Our hemp seed oil plus ginger and turmeric actually shows activation that is pretty close to the average of the top 9 competitor CBD products out there. And for us, this was amazing. We never expected to get results like this. And if I were to, I didn't put a control hemp seed oil on here. A competitor hemp seed oil without ginger, turmeric, or terpenes only comes up about to that first gray bar there, about where the O is in that Kemp optimized biological activation bar. So we greatly superseded other hemp seed oils out there, and we actually have a phytocannabinoid-free product, which is on par with the middle to top CBD competitors out there. So now we have a great option out there for people who can't get a hold of CBD, who can't take it for various reasons, that is activating their system like all the other products that they see out there. It's still not nearly as good as our daytime, but at least it's an option, and it shows a proof of principle of what we can do in the Hughes Center when we really put our mind to it. So we're very happy about this.
Okay, so I've had the pleasure and advantage of watching that several times this week and listening in. That was your first time hearing it. What I'd like to do real quick is just unmute everybody, and no need to put you on the spot or feel like you need to respond, but I'd love to take a few questions and see if in fact there are some responses to what you just learned about. Let me see. Well, it looks like I can't actually unmute everybody, but those of you that would like to ask a question or make a comment, if you will, unmute yourself and ask a question right here. It's the perfect time to have a little pause before we get into some other information.
Hi, this is Carol.
Hi, Carol.
I had put it on the chat, but I have a friend that his son is an opioid addict, and he's in Wilmington right now at a rehab center. This coming Monday will be his 2nd week. And I was wondering, I know it's tough when he gets out. He's in there for 30 days. And when he gets out, I know it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
It's because when you look at the statistics, they pretty much fail after they get out. So I was wondering if a product like this might help him, or would it hurt him through this phase due to the using the opioid receptors? I don't know if it would help or hurt.
Carol,
Yes.
that's a wonderful question for the Hughes Center,
Okay.
and we can be in touch with them. That's the beauty of this organization.
Carol,
Okay.
my response would be to keep in mind what we've learned thus far, and that is that the properties of this hemp compound and the CBDs are helping your body, the entire body, with all its systems, synergistically maintain balance, okay, and overcome and help you adapt to where you may have fallen out of balance, or help you adapt to moving from a very, maybe a minor state of anxiety to a more calm state. So I think in those ways we've learned in this presentation, at least, that that's how it could help anyone, certainly someone in a situation where they've been way out of balance with some addictions, have a need to get back in balance. So I think Mom's right. For the Hughes Center, there's other folks that we can reach out to with specific questions about the opioid system and how that might support someone. Let's leave that there for now. And thanks for that great question. Are there any other comments or questions anyone would like to make before we move on?
I have a question, Wes.
Sure.
The green bar, isn't that the Hemp Zero?
So we're going to introduce the products to you on the next slide. And let's just quickly review what he talked about. Remember, he talked about 4 levels. So the first level was making sure that they got the highest quality hemp plant, the whole spectrum plant. And he said Wes, and I was kind of taken back by that. That wasn't me, by the way, but he was out with his team shopping and making sure that they talked with growers and suppliers that could provide the highest quality whole spectrum plant. The next thing he talked about was the secret that we touched on earlier, which are the terpenes. And while cannabis and hemp have naturally occurring terpenes, and remember we learned that terpenes are the aromatic portion of that flower. In last month's Talkshop, for example, we learned about flower essences, and those are also terpenes. Terpenes are found in all herbs and plants that have this really sense of smell to them. So keep in mind that what Nature's Sunshine has done is, in their science, develop products and combinations that infuse other herbs like turmeric, is what he mentioned, into some of their products to make them actually be the highest activating product on the market. This is something no other product supplier is doing right now. Hughes Center has broken the mold and has developed this new process. What Mom asked about is the green bar, which is the hemp seed oil. So this, keep in mind, they're using every part of the plant, right? So it's not only just the hemp plant, the leaves and flowers, but it's also the seeds. And what makes the seeds popular is, he mentioned that they're the highest, next to flaxseed oil, the highest essential fatty acid out there today. And so that makes them even more able to interact with those receptors, and that is the catalyst, if you will, for your cells' communication. They're using that fluid, the essential fatty acids. Your cells have linings on them that are made of fat and fatty acids, and this just really supports the cell. So that hemp seed oil, in addition to this hemp seed, the hemp seeds themselves, is another way that they can make these products more efficacy, or with higher efficacy. All right, so did I bring up any other questions for anyone before we move on?
Yeah, I want to ask a question. It's Pat.
Sure.
Are you putting the oil, the CBD oil, and the turmeric, whatever, are they putting it together?
That's exactly what they're doing. So they're actually infusing different essential oils with CBD and the essentials, and what that's doing, Pat, is those terpenes are helping interact with those cells even at a higher level. And so that's the innovation behind these new products, is they are infusing them with other different oils and terpenes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty.
You see the turmeric oil, products out there and you're thinking, you know, as a powder or something, and you take that,
Right.
but you don't see anything about the oil. So
Yeah.
I was just wondering. Okay, good.
Well, great. Thank you, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions or thoughts you want to share? Anybody?
One more question. Can CBD, instead of being internal, can you also use it outside your body?
Oh, Mom, that's a great question for you. Love it, Pat. You're asking all the right questions, and I hope everyone else is having the same types of thoughts.
Yes, 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 Pat.
Right. It's good to know. Yes.
Yes. The Nature Sunshine Camp has formulated a relief cream that's been very successful. So the answer is yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
No, the reason I'm saying is, of course, last year I spent a week in the hospital, and you know that little gadget they put on your finger to test your blood, the blood flow and your oil, all that kind of thing. Well, that little gadget has made one of my fingernails be infected, and I can't take anything inside because of the medications I'm taking. So I was wondering if maybe something like that would help this fingernail. I'm going to a dermatologist, and we've been through many different prescriptions and stuff. And I was just wondering. It's a good
Well,
go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mom.
There are some other solutions that I would love to discuss with you, so we'll talk.
Sounds good.
Sure. So guys, the bottom line is that herbs have been used for centuries to help support both the body and the mind. And what Kemp and NSP have done is taken the whole spectrum hemp extract with naturally occurring CBD and infused it with a proprietary herbal blend. And each herbal ingredient specifically was chosen to interact with the CBD on a molecular level. So there are 8 different proprietary blends. We're getting close to our time, so we're going to move on, but I want to touch on these just real quick. There is a daytime blend, a nighttime blend that you use externally, Pat, in that purple. Okay. You also have a CBD oil by itself in the blue. There is a cream that you can use that I actually used last night on my back as I was a little bit pained from sitting at the computer all day. And there are some other great products. So we're going to see a video about some of these in just a minute, but I just want to make sure that you understand there are 8 proprietary blends. No one else in the market has blends like this, and no one else can show that they are as effective and produce the results that these do. And again, guys, this is not hype. Certainly we're here to share with you about products that are of quality, that are proven to create results, and that's mine and Mom's passion. Certainly we have a business and we're sharing products as part of that business, but this is about giving you the best information that we're aware of on the market and be able to give you the opportunity to make some great choices yourself. Can't spend a lot of time on this because we are reaching the end of our time today, but I want to make sure you get this pretty simple approach. This is one approach. There's other approaches. Many people have said that they experiment with different levels of dosages, but I'll give you a quick baseline here of how to choose a dose. Think about CBD comes in a little bottle. It's 1 ounce bottle that contains a number of milligrams. I believe that's 30 milligrams per bottle, Mom. Is that right?
I believe you're right, hon.
I'm sorry, that's not correct. If you look at, you'll see that there are different levels of the milligrams in each bottle. Nature Sunshine puts that milligram potency on the outside of each bottle and product. A great way to think about dosaging, okay, is that the bottles are 1 ounce and there are 1 milliliter droppers. Okay, these are normal dropper that you might use for eardrops or anything else. And there are 30 of those droppers in each bottle. Okay, so in this case, age, weight, gender, and tolerance to CBD. You can build up a tolerance to this over time, so it's good to kind of start and stop or skip a day every now and again. But look at your BMI, your body mass index, compare it to this chart, 1, 3, or 6 milligrams. I'm a big guy. My BMI is about 22, which means I need to lose a little weight. I'm 220 pounds. I divide that by 10 and then times it times 3 milligrams. And that gives me 66 milligrams per day. Or in my case, I've chosen a product that has about 30 milligrams per droplet. And I do 2 droplets a day, 1 every 8 hours. So you can get a recording to this. We'll send this back out to an email to everyone that's registered today, and you'll be able to look at this and study this a little more, okay? But it's a pretty simple approach to maybe getting started with your dosage levels. And it's important to know this. This was one of the questions I had when Madison introduced me to CBD. Well, where do I start? And this is kind of a great place to start.
Yeah, good.
All right, let's look at this great video here from Nature Sunshine.
The hot hemp market has left some people curious and others cautious. Let me help. First, what does CBD do for you? It activates your endocannabinoid system, or ECS. This cellular network regulates your body systems and can influence almost everything from mood, muscles, metabolism, and daily triggers to appetite, energy, and restfulness. When your ECS is on point, you're feeling your best. But all CBD is not created equal. Hemp outperforms the rest, giving you powerful support for energy and relaxation, mood and focus, occasional anxiousness, the skeletal and muscular systems, an overall sense of well-being, just to name a few. That sounds fantastic. So why Hemp brand? Here's why. CBD helps biological activation within your body systems, and certain herbal extracts take that activation to the next level. These herbs connect to the same receptors in your body, naturally enhancing CBD's positive effects. Many hemp formulas include these carefully selected herbs in just the right amounts to supercharge the CBD. Hemp comes from the whole hemp plant. CBD isolates and broad-spectrum CBD are not the same. They don't perform as well because they're missing the entourage effect. Yes, CBD is the star, but like a hit TV show without the full supporting cast of other cannabinoids, the results simply fall short. Which other CBD company has nearly 50 years of natural health experience to draw upon? None. That wealth of knowledge has led us to innovate, adding turmeric to key blends to slow the breakdown of endocannabinoids, applying the calming power of lavender and hops in our nighttime roll-on, utilizing natural carrier oils that actually condition ECS receptor sites. Our researchers have absolutely proven the superior power, safety, and purity of Hemp CBD and Hemp Zero. Our exclusive technology includes a supermass spectrometer, uniquely configured to analyze a broad range of molecules. It can detect these molecules at parts per trillion. This allows us to see exactly which phytocannabinoids are in our products, know what competitor products contain, for good or bad, and validate every product's ability to biologically activate the ECS. That's how we know that hemp is more effective. And we're the only supplement company with this technology. Intrigued? Excited? Ready to experience hemp's unique and amazing benefits? Contact the person who shared this video to learn more. And welcome to life at the next level.
Oh, I don't know about you, but that gets me fired up. Okay, guys, very simple and easy way for each one of you to go online and shop. This is a picture of the homepage at kemp.com. And it's very simple. It's QUMP. I'm sorry, not you. QEMP.com. Mom, can you put that in the chat window? And we'll send a link out to this website to everyone on this presentation today who registered. So you'll get a chance to jump online and shop for yourself. We got more exciting news, though. Can you believe that? There's even more to come. So here's the deal, guys. Not only is it the highest product with the highest efficacy product on the market, it's also the best priced. And this just happened. They just announced this. last month. And Mom, you might be able to share more because I know you were on the call with Nature Sunshine.
I really don't know. It's all in writing right there. They've really worked hard with suppliers to get the price in a very competitive place. So just compare the prices, look at them, and when you go to Kemp.com, you will be given more information about your price specifically.
Yeah. Well, maybe I don't know, Mom, but you and I both have purchased recently, and I can tell you that back in July when the doctors suggested I try CBD, I went right out to the hemp store and bought some, and didn't buy Kemp at that time, but I did buy a very high quality product. I paid $80 for the bottle.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little high. It was $80 a month, one bottle, 30 doses, 30 days. I paid as much as $67 for my Kemp products, but most recently you can see that the one on the far left, or excuse me, the far right is the one that I use, daily use. And at my consultant level now, I can pay $38, $39 for that. I tell you guys, there's just nothing else on the market that you can match these prices and the quality. So give yourself a chance to go look at online and check out some of the products. There's 8 different proprietary blends, and you can see all the prices available. Now, there are some different levels that you can come in and join and sign up for your own account. If you want to be a customer, there's a price level for being a premium customer. If you want to be a customer and share, you can be an affiliate and get a better price, or a consultant. Now, listen, if you sign up as a consultant, that doesn't mean that you actually have to be a consultant. You can still get the best price from the market and use the products. We'd love to help you do that. But there are some questions you might have in terms of how you might share or how you want to impact your own business. So I know there's some business owners on the call with us today. So thank you. This brings us to the end, guys. This really has been the next level. I'd love to pause again just for any more questions or answers before we wrap up today, and ask you for any comments or thoughts you want to share.
So Wes, this is Carol.
Sure.
So the link that she just put out there for the CBD, I mean, it is associated with the NSP link. Like if we sign up, then it'll be linked to our current account.
Ah, interesting. Good call.
Yeah.
So, great question. So while you're gonna maybe jump on the Kemp.com, here's the thing to know. Kemp is a product under the Nature Sunshine line. Yes, they have 2 separate websites, but if you happen to sign up for Kemp or Nature Sunshine, you're going to get a membership for free for the other. So they're both the same company, but they do have 2 separate websites at this point because of this new product line, and because they were eager to get this out. I think at some point they will share some of the same pages and sites on their website. But you're exactly right, Carol. Join one and you're a member of the other. So while you might join Kemp, you get all the benefits and price benefits and the great selection of products from Nature Sunshine as well. And that website is naturesunshine.com.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, Cookie and Wes, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate y'all bringing this all out to us and helping us with more understanding about the products. And I know as a Nature Sunshine consultant that it's a wonderful product. I have all confidence in our research and scientists in Utah, and I wouldn't use anything but Nature Sunshine personally. And I hope everybody will, I don't know what the word is I'm trying to find, but know that the products are very, what's the word, Wes?
They're high quality. They're manufactured in-house.
Yes.
They have pharmaceutical grade manufacturing. They have a huge center for research and development. They have a scientific and medical board that backs them up. Yeah, Glenn, you're spot on. Once you've learned what you've learned about the market and about living a preventive lifestyle, which is really what this is all about. Listen, we're not saying one product does everything, and that's not the case. the idea of living a healthy, optimal lifestyle is by being preventive in your mindset. And that's to make sure that your body has the nutrients that it needs to be optimal, that you're detoxing, that you're looking at that microbiome, and that you're a healthy mind, body, and soul. And, hemp is just, and CBD, like we said, has just been recently discovered in the last century. There's been lots and lots of more research. This is an innovative, very effective product that we just, we've got results that we can't deny. So that's great. Anything in closing, Mom, you want to share?
The date for January will be the 9th for our next Zoom presentation.
I wasn't thinking that far ahead yet. Carol asked a question. Can I just go to the NSP or Kemp site and ask my opioid questions? I think I'd probably call and text with Mom and get some guidance on who might be the best person to talk to there. I think the website folks will certainly be there to help you with technology and making sure your orders are in and things like that. But I think the scientist will be able to help us, and we've got some connections to some of those folks, even Stephen Horn, if we needed to ask him a question. All right, great. So Mom mentioned talk shops. We do these once a month. We do them every month, and in many cases, we'll launch new series, 1 or 2 or 3 month series. We love that you guys all joined us this morning. We encourage you to stay in contact with us. You can get in contact with us by just responding to the emails that we send you. We'll happily respond with any questions there. But these talk shops are transformational. They're informative. They're fun in a lot of cases. And literally, they end up being some of the most important hours of our lives that we spend together. So thank you for honoring this time with us. We are grateful for your joining us, and we can't wait to do it again next month, January 9th, which is the second Saturday of each month, and we'll look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Have a great day. Be blessed.
Bye.